Hello and thank you for joining us on ERi-TV. This is English News Broadcast live from the headquarters in Asmara at 10:30 p.m. Here are stories making headlines today. World Tuberculosis Day observed. Congress of Teachers Association in the Central Region. Nearly 300 abducted school children freed in Nigeria. Torrential rains leave at least 20 dead in Brazil. World Tuberculosis Day was observed today, 24th March, on the national level with a ceremony organized at Orota Referral Hospital Hall under the theme Yes, We Can End Tuberculosis. Sister Hiwat Ngusa, head of the TB and Leprosy Control at the Ministry of Health, emphasized that World TB Day serves as an opportunity to renew commitments, inspire actions, and work towards ending TB. She called for integrated effort to implement the Ministry of Health's initiative aimed at controlling the prevalence of the disease. Sister Hiwat also noted a significant increase in the cure rate of the disease, reaching 94% at the national level, and expressed appreciation for the Ministry of Health's effort in introducing modern diagnostic instruments. Mr. Nonso Ijofer, representative of World Health Organization in Eritrea, highlighted that in 2022, approximately 2.5 million people worldwide were infected with tuberculosis, resulting in 424,000 deaths. He stressed the urgent need for integrated effort to eradicate the disease permanently. The event featured a general knowledge competition among women from the 13th subzone of the Central Region, as well as debating and narration contest involving 22 high school students from the region. The Teachers Association in the Central Region convened its 8th Congress on 23rd March in Asmara. Mr. Belahabte Gaber, head of the Education Office in the region, highlighted that the National Teachers Association stands as one of the prominent vocational associations in the country, encompassing both veteran and young teachers. He urged the association to establish sustainable training programs aimed at enhancing the capacity of teachers, thereby fostering the teaching-learning process. Mr. Afwork Igeres Geher, chairman of the Teachers Association in the Central Region, urged participants to thoroughly assess the strength and challenge and actively contribute to realize the association's mission. Participants engaged in extensive discussion on the administrative and financial reports, adopting various recommendations. Additionally, they elected an executive committee for a 4-year term. Mr. Simon Mahari, chairman of the National Teachers Association, called upon the newly elected executive committee members to work with commitment and allegiance toward achieving the association's objectives. We are live on ERi-TV. Stay tuned for international news. Nearly 300 kidnapped Nigerian school children have been released, local officials said today, more than 2 weeks after the children were seized from their school in the northwestern state of Kaduna and marched into the forest. At least 1,400 students have been kidnapped from Nigerian schools since 2014, when Boko Haram militants kidnapped hundreds of schoolgirls from Borno State's Chibok village in 2014. In recent years, abductions have been concentrated in the country's northwest and central region, where dozens of armed groups often target villagers and travelers for ransom. Kaduna State Governor Uba Sani did not give details of the release of the 287 students abducted from their school in the remote town of Kuriga on March 7th, at least 100 of them aged 12 or younger. In a statement, he thanked Nigerian President Bola Tinubu, particularly ensuring that the abducted school children are released unharmed. Tinubu had vowed to secure the children without paying a dime as ransom. but ransom are commonly paid for kidnappings after arranged by families, and it is rare for officials in Nigeria to admit to the payments. No group has claimed responsibility for the Kaduna kidnapping, which locals have blamed on bandit groups known for mass killing and kidnapping for ransom in the conflict-battered northern region, most of them farmers, herders in conflict with settled communities. Rain flooded streets in capital cities and metro lines in people's homes, bringing down trees and causing landslides in Brazil. Torrential rains that turned avenues into rivers have killed at least 20 people. The storm hit north part of Rio de Janeiro particularly hard, the fire department said today. People in the area died in landslides, drowning, and electrocutions. Firefighters were still searching for a woman who went missing after her car fell into a river as of today. Water from the storm reached the roofs of cars on some streets of Avenida de Brasil, a major thoroughfare in the city. Mayor Eduardo Paes decreed the situation as emergency and urged people to stay at home for their own safety and to avoid disrupting rescue and recovery efforts. A dozen bile lines shut down and several metro stations were closed because of water on the tracks. Some parts of the city received a month's worth of the usual level of rain in January in just 24 hours. A report from firefighters showed they had responded to 200 storm-related events. In Akari, one of the worst affected neighborhoods, water flooded the basement. Officials of the Ronaldo Gazola Municipal Hospital and business were hit hard. A national agency that monitors natural disasters said there was a high risk of landslide in 8 towns in the surrounding Rio de Janeiro state. Before we go, we have a quick recap of the top stars. World Tuberculosis Day observed. Congress of Teachers Association in the Central Region. Nearly 300 abducted school children freed in Nigeria. Torrential rains leave at least 20 dead in Brazil. And that wraps up our news broadcast for this evening. Thank you for being with us.